Welcome back to More Wealth Retirement Talk. I'm Shawna Moore, your host and financial advisor.
And I'm Dave Moore.
And I'm Jacqueline Gladhill.
And first of all, we want to tell everyone Happy New Year. We're officially at the beginning of 2026, which is always an interesting time because people are either feeling really, really motivated right now, or they're already feeling really, really guilty.
Or as I say, motivated on the 1st and guilty by the
8th. January 8th feels generous, Dave.
We're already guilty.
Yep, right. The gym parking lots are already kind of starting to thin out, I think.
Oh, I would not doubt that.
So, Dave, since it's the new year, do you have a New Year's resolution?
I do. It's to stop procrastinating.
I'm already laughing, and that sounds promising.
I haven't even started yet.
You going to plan to start next week?
Yeah.
Well, there it is. I think we're done with that. That's the episode. That's a wrap.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah, we didn't prepare. Nothing.
Why would we? But in all seriousness, that actually ties perfectly into what we want to talk about today. Because at the beginning of every year, we hear a lot about motivation. Motivation to eat better, to work out, save more money, finally get serious about retirement.
And motivation isn't a bad thing.
No, but it's unreliable, really.
Mm-hmm. Wait, can we just go back, Shawna? What is your New Year's resolution this year?
My New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
Well, which one? So in all seriousness, I know that a lot of people have several different resolutions, and so that doesn't really work, but I'm going to try each month to maybe add one new resolution, which may be, cutting out sugar one month and try one thing at a time. And then maybe the next month is getting more regular with my workouts or, whatever the next month might bring, so that you can kind of stick to it a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, and you can build upon it. We always talk about that in the financial world. Start small, and then as soon as it becomes a habit or a routine, it's a lot easier. So in your case, you could be creating habits and routines month by month and adding something on.
Exactly. And I'll probably stick to it a lot better, I think.
Yeah, I like that. Dave, what about you, other than procrastination?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I try to look at things with a different kind of set of lens, a more positive lens. And that's something that, you just keep working on daily. Mm-hmm. And it's challenging, especially when you're driving a lot. It's very challenging, but I think we all can do that. Also, to practice more gratitude. I think when you practice more gratitude, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, I think it just changes your mindset to everything.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I like that one too. Great New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And how about you, Jacqueline?
Well, I would say I want to put myself first more. I do a lot for other people, and this year I am getting married, and I am determined to put myself first. The wedding, my relationship, and make decisions for me.
As you should. I am 100% behind that. You have my full support.
Very good, Jacqueline. Very good.
But we do want to flip the motivation kind of on its head. And instead of asking, what am I motivated to do this year? We want to ask a much better question. Who do I want to be in 2026?
Well, without further ado, let's dive in.
Welcome to More Wealth Retirement Talk, where finance meets fun.
Join financial expert Shawna Moore,
sports analogy pro and dad joke king Dave Moore,
and Jacqueline Gladhill, who keeps us all on track
as we break down retirement planning with insights,
laughs,
and a whole lot of more wisdom. Now, here's an example we all recognize. Someone says, my New Year's resolution is to go on a diet and get in shape.
Yep. And it usually means suffering for a few months.
And then you get to reward yourself with a big old deep dish pizza.
Exactly. But maybe compare that to someone who says, I'm a person who eats healthy most of the time and consistently works out because I care about my body, my mind, and my health.
I really like that. And that person doesn't necessarily need motivation.
Right. Because it's no longer a short-term goal. It's just who they are.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ask, do I feel motivated to work out today? They ask, what time am I working out today?
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's not an option.
No, it's not, because it's who you are. So, and this is where it gets really powerful financially, because we see the same pattern every single year. You know, people will say, this is the year I'm going to crack down on spending, or this is the year I'm going to be super strict financially. This is the year I'm finally going to save.
Usually because the year before wasn't too great.
Exactly, Jacqueline. So now you're trying to undo reckless spending with extreme discipline,
which doesn't last.
Absolutely. So instead, again, imagine saying things like, I'm a person who is financially disciplined, or I'm a person who lives on a plan, not on impulse, or maybe I'm a person who saves consistently, not occasionally.
And that changes every decision.
It does, because you're no longer relying on motivation. You're relying on identity. That becomes who you are. Mm-hmm. Be a financially disciplined person. Don't just talk about it.
Absolutely.
And just to jump in real quick, if any of this is resonating with you and you're thinking, I really need a plan, we do offer a complimentary discovery call to see if we can help. You can call us at 833-4-MY-WEALTH, or visit our website at morewealthmanagement.net. Don't forget, there's 2 O's and more.
And if you want to listen to past episodes or catch future ones, you can find More Wealth Retirement Talk at morewealthtalk.com or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon.
And this brings us to something, really important, especially at the beginning of a new year, because retirement planning is not something that you, quote, hope works out.
Hope is never a strategy.
Exactly. And, during the holidays, this comes up a lot. You're sitting around the table and there's always that one family member or friend
who means well.
They do mean well, but they suddenly become that financial expert.
Exactly. And they tell you to, quote, they're like, save on fees, or just do what I do, or you don't really need an advisor. And here's the reality. Taking retirement advice from a well-meaning friend is kind of like taking medical advice from someone who isn't a doctor. It's based on their symptoms, maybe not yours.
Yeah. And you wouldn't want to do that with your health. I mean, you could be suffering from something and you really want an answer. You want a solution.
Exactly. If you had a serious medical issue, wouldn't you want a professional who can run tests, analyze your situation, and give you advice specific to you?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And retirement planning is just as serious as your health, and solutions are never a one size fits all.
Absolutely.
So, as we move further into 2026, we're going to be diving deeper into some really important topics, and we hope that you'll join us for those.
Things like making sure you're taking advantage of IRA and HSA contributions before the tax deadline.
That's pretty important. Mm-hmm. And reviewing your portfolio, not just glancing at it and saying, I think it's fine. We have to regularly look at it.
Exactly. And most importantly, we want to help you make sure that you have a true income plan. And we're going to be talking about that throughout the next couple of months. It's not just account balance and a hope that it lasts. Mm-hmm. So if your advisor doesn't do real income planning, we suggest that you find one who does.
Strong words.
We'll also be talking a lot more about investment strategy, especially the difference between true active management that we provide for our clients and what some advisors do, which is more of a simple buy and hold portfolio, and they're not actually actively managing their clients' investments.
Yeah, and we do that because those approaches can lead to very different results and very different levels of volatility.
Your portfolio should be aligned with your risk tolerance, goals, and objectives, and it should be actively managed, not put on autopilot.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Before we wrap up, just a reminder, if you'd like to see whether working with Shawna and the team is a good fit, you can schedule a complimentary discovery call by calling 833-4-MY-WEALTH. That's 833-4-MY-WEALTH, or visiting morewealthmanagement.net.
Or you can also request a complimentary copy of Shawna's book, Retire with More, The Holistic Approach for a Relaxed Retirement. It's available by calling the office, and it's also available on Amazon.
And again, you can find all of our past and future podcasts at morewealthtalk.com or wherever you listen, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
So again, as we kick off 2026, we'll leave you with this. Don't ask yourself what you're motivated to do this year. Ask yourself, who do I want to be?
because when you decide who you are,
the actions follow naturally.
yes, Jacqueline.
Yep. And that applies to your health, your finances, and your retirement. So thank you for spending a little time with us today. We're really excited for what's ahead this year.
And I'm still planning to stop procrastinating.
Oh, we believe you, Dave. And I feel like this episode, I just finished all of your sentences.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's a new resolution for you.
You did a few times.
We're all
on the same page.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. Exactly.
We'll see you next time on More Wealth Retirement Talk. Thanks for tuning in to More Wealth Retirement Talk with Shawna,
Dave,
And Jacqueline.
We hope you enjoyed the mix of financial insight,
sports wisdom,
And a few dad jokes along the way.
Join us next week for more ways to plan smart,
laugh often,
and retire with confidence.
Advisory services are offered through More Wealth Partners, LLC, an investment advisory in the state of Tennessee. Insurance products and services are offered through More Wealth Management, LLC, an affiliated company.